Elon Musk is one of the most popular and influential people in the world today. And now, this world just isn't enough for him, as the Tesla and SpaceX founder is looking to expand his influence across the planet and colonize Mars. Space exploration seems to be the next big thing, as various billionaires have begun to look into it. I guess living in space doesn't just pop into your head unless you have a few $1 billion lying around somewhere. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Elon Musk's plans to colonize Mars and the steps he's taken so far. Will this pursuit ever become a reality? How long will it take before humans start living on Mars? Stay till the end of the video as we explore all these questions and more. Elon Musk, SpaceX's founder and CEO, is still focused on his company's vision, which is establishing a permanent human presence on Mars, using SpaceX's Starship rockets to transport people to and from the Red Planet. Speaking after the company launched its Crew 2 mission to orbit in April 2021, he said that, "We don't want to be one of those single-planet species, we want to be a multi-planet species." He also said that it's been almost a half a century since humans were last on the moon. According to him, that's too long, and we need to get back there and have a permanent base on the moon again, like a permanently occupied base on the moon, and then build a city on Mars to become a spacefaring civilization, a multi-planet species. In the past, the billionaire has suggested that we need a plan B in case the Earth is irreversibly damaged by climate change, overpopulation, a third global war, or a catastrophic extinction event. This has been his motivation, but there are people that will argue that his real motivation is just a show of power, and that he's trying to beat other billionaires in the Mars race. The motivated goal of SpaceX has been to land the first humans on Mars by 2024, but Elon Musk announced in October 2020 that 2024 would be the target date for an uncrewed mission. Elon Musk said at the Axel Springer Award 2020 that he is very convinced that the first crewed flights to Mars will take place in 2026. A crucial element of the program is the SpaceX Starship, a fully reusable launch vehicle with super heavy lift ability, which has been in development since 2018. The spacecraft would first enter Earth orbit, where it would be refueled before heading to Mars. In order to achieve a huge payload, the spacecraft would be loaded with locally manufactured propellants after landing on Mars. In order to achieve a huge payload, the spacecraft would be loaded with locally manufactured propellants after landing on Mars in order to return to Earth. The expected payload capacity for the Starship launch vehicle is between 100 and 150 tons. That's a lot of cargo to Mars. SpaceX's plan is to focus its resources on the transportation aspect of the Mars colonization project, including the design of a Sabatier-based propellant plant that will be deployed on Mars and used to synthesize methane and liquid oxygen as rocket propellants from atmospheric carbon dioxide and ground-accessible water ice. However, since 2016, Musk has advocated for a broader set of long-term Mars settlement goals, far beyond what SpaceX plans to build. Any successful colonization would involve many more economic actors, whether individuals, companies, or governments, to facilitate the growth of the human presence on Mars over decades, if not centuries. When the time comes, SpaceX hopes to launch 3 Starship rockets a day, each carrying a 100-ton payload. A fleet of 1,000 Starships could transport approximately 100,000 people to Mars when the planetary orbits between Earth and Mars synchronize, which is every 26 months. All of this adds up to the golden number Musk keeps bringing up: 1 million people. That is the number of people he believes must live on Mars in order for the population to be sustainable and separate from Earth. That's the number of people, he says, will be required to recreate Earth's entire industrial base, allowing them to produce, manufacture, and process anything without relying on deliveries from home. Several successful test flights of the Starship have been completed, with some landing attempts resulting in flaming explosions. Despite the loss of prototypes, SpaceX sees the test flights as progress towards developing a completely reusable rocket. SpaceX's current Falcon rocket fleet is partially reusable, as the rocket's boosters may be landed and reused. Musk also expects that the Starship will take the first step in making space travel more like commercial air travel. But how exactly would the development of these Starships be funded? Much of the space transportation technology has been extensively developed and manufactured since 2016 and is being privately funded by SpaceX. The entire effort is only conceivable because of SpaceX's multifaceted approach to lowering launch costs. SpaceX was expending a few tens of millions of dollars yearly on development of the Mars transport idea as of October 2016, which equates to considerably under 5% of the company's total expenses. but expected that figure to climb to roughly $300 million per year by 2018. All of the work leading up to the first Mars launch was projected to cost in the region of $10 billion, with SpaceX expecting to spend that much before earning any revenue from transportation. After, SpaceX redirected to the small launch vehicle design of what Musk calls the BFR, the Big Rocket. In 2017, there was no published update on total costs before revenue. In September 2016, Musk stated that the full implementation of the Mars colonization plans would most likely be funded by both private and public funds. Market demand will drive the speed of commercially available Mars transportation for both goods and persons, but it will also be bound by technical development and development financing. SpaceX's huge Starship rocket for trips to the Moon and Mars could go orbital for the first time in May 2022 if all goes according to plan. The vehicle is made up of two elements: a Super Heavy first-stage booster and an upper-stage spacecraft known as Starship. Both the Super Heavy and the Starship are designed to be fully and quickly reusable, and both will be powered by SpaceX's new Raptor engine. 33 of these engines will be used for the Super Heavy and 6 for the Starship. It's difficult to produce so many engines, but SpaceX founder and CEO Elon Musk said the company is on track to have enough for the first Starship orbital test flight soon. On Monday, March 21st, Musk tweeted and said, "We'll have 39 flight-worthy engines built by next month, then another month to integrate, so hopefully May for orbital flight test." SpaceX has already conducted a number of Starship test launches, but these were all prototype upper-stage vehicles powered by a maximum of 3 Raptor engines and flying at a height of about 10 kilometers. The upcoming orbital test flight will be the first time a Super Heavy and a 6-engine Starship have taken to the skies. Shortly after liftoff, the Super Heavy booster will splash down in the Gulf of Mexico. If all goes according to plan, the upper stage of the Starship will power its way into orbit, circle our planet once, and splash down in the Pacific Ocean near the Hawaiian island of Kauai. Over the last year or so, the target time frame for the first orbital Starship flight has shifted to the right several times, hardly surprising in the development of a novel launch vehicle that hasn't yet gone through the complete regulatory process. Why Mars? Mars is one of Earth's nearest habitable neighbors at a distance of 140 million miles. Although Mars is roughly half as far away from the Sun as Earth, it still receives adequate sunlight. It's a little chilly, but Musk believes that we can get it warmed up. Because its atmosphere is mostly CO2, with traces of nitrogen, argon, and a few other trace components, it is possible to grow plants on Mars simply by compressing the atmosphere. Also, because the gravity on Mars is about 38% that of Earth, you'd be able to carry large objects and bound around. Furthermore, the day is strikingly similar to Earth's. Before we conclude, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Conclusion: Elon Musk and other billionaires appear to have set their sights on going to Mars, but many others believe that that money should be put to greater use, such as addressing world hunger or making the Earth more habitable and sustainable. What do you think should be the priority? Making the Earth habitable or going to another planet? Comment your thoughts down below.